The secret history of banking. When you hear Knights Templar, what do you see? Holy warriors in shining armor, defenders of the faith, or maybe the guardians of the Holy Grail. Forget the myths. Forget the Holy Grail. Because the real power of the Templars wasn't their swords. It was this. The truth is, these monks didn't just fight wars. They invented something far more powerful. Modern banking, checks, loans, international money transfers. Concepts you use every single day were created 900 years ago by men who swore a vow of poverty. But here is the hidden logic. They became so rich, they bought islands, they lent money to kings, and in the end, their money was the exact reason they were destroyed. Today, on Hidden Logic, we uncover the financial empire of the Knights Templar. How did poor monks become the masters of money? To understand their genius, we have to go back to the year 1119. Jerusalem had been captured by the Crusaders, and thousands of Europeans wanted to visit the Holy Land. But there was a huge problem. The journey was dangerous. If you carried gold, you were a walking target for bandits. Most pilgrims were robbed or killed before they even reached Italy. Enter Hugh de Payens and 8 other knights. They formed a brotherhood to protect these travelers. At first, they were so poor they had to share horses. They called themselves the poor fellow soldiers of Christ, but guarding roads wasn't scalable. They realized the real danger wasn't the bandits. It was the cash people carried. So, they came up with a revolutionary idea. Imagine you are a pilgrim in London. Instead of carrying heavy gold coins across dangerous lands, you go to the local Templar temple. You give them your gold. In return, they give you a piece of parchment, a letter of credit. But this wasn't just any paper. It was encrypted with a secret code only Templars could read. It stated exactly how much money you deposited. Now, you travel light. If bandits stop you, they find a worthless piece of paper. When you arrive in Jerusalem, months later, you go to the Templar headquarters, hand over the letter, and voila, they give you your gold back, minus a small transaction fee. Does this sound familiar? You deposit money in New York and withdraw it in Tokyo. The Templars didn't just protect pilgrims. They invented the world's first ATM network and traveler's checks. This system made them insanely rich. But they didn't stop there. They realized they were holding massive amounts of cash that was just sitting in their vaults. So, they started lending it. They became the bankers of Europe. Need money to build a cathedral? Ask the Templars. Need to fund a war? Ask the Templars. They even invented mortgage loans and pension plans. They grew so powerful that they owned their own fleet of ships and even bought the entire island of Cyprus. They were a state within a state, answerable only to the Pope. They paid no taxes, but collected interest from everyone, including kings. But in the game of money and power, being the creditor to a king is a dangerous position. Enter King Philip IV of France. He was broke. He owed the Templars a fortune that he could never repay. He had 2 choices: pay his debts or destroy the bank. He chose the latter. On Friday the 13th, October 1307, a date many believe is the origin of the bad luck superstition, Philip struck. He arrested hundreds of Templars at dawn. He couldn't charge them with being good bankers, so he accused them of heresy, spitting on the cross, and devil worship. Under torture, they confessed to anything. In 1312, the Pope officially dissolved the order. The Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burned at the stake. The first multinational corporation in history was liquidated by its biggest debtor. The Templars disappeared, but their legacy is alive in your wallet. Every time you use a credit card, write a check, or wire money overseas, you are using a system designed by medieval warrior monks. Their story teaches us a brutal lesson about the hidden logic of power. Financial innovation can build empires, but when you hold the debt of those who hold the swords, you are never truly safe. Do you think modern banks have too much power today, or are they destined to fall like the Templars? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this untold history of money, make sure to like and subscribe to Hidden Logic. See you in the next episode. Stay with money.